Good evening. It's weekly update time. So, it's only going to be at this location now until further notice. Just because I've been having so much work to do lately around my house. I've been getting my attic cleared out of a lot of stuff. And so, other than ducking in on these for a quick little bit here each day, haven't been outside much, and certainly not taking a trip to my mom's and to the Bluff location just for a minute or two of footage. There's my cat, Laila. Scold. Hey! So, here we are. I just watered my ajicito there, so that's why I'm close by the front end of the garden here. But, and also, I was checking on the plants, and look what I found on the ground. One of my lemon drops. Looks like it just dried and fell off. Or maybe it fell off, got bumped off, and then this tip of the stem just dried. But in any case, we're going to start at the front here today. Red 7 pot. Got some ripening. Actually, looks like this one's rotten. So, yeah. Toss it out for whatever wild animal feels like eating it. So, here's a couple ripening on this plant. They're the really small ones, but and there's the other one ripening, and there's a lot of them that are bigger than that aren't yet. We'll see. And the 215s. Ooh, look at those gorgeous ones now. They're really starting to kick it out with the ripening. Ajicito, tons of pods, but still no ripe. Bishop's crowns. Manzano. Let's see if I could find the big one. I always forget where it is on the plant. Oh yes, there it is. Getting bigger. Comparison to my hand, it's still fairly small. The one I had last year that I got the seeds from was 1.5 inches, 2 inches maybe, round. Kind of flattened looking. Apaches are nice and ripe. Got a few nice ones there. Got a recommendation from one of my subscribers to, I don't remember who it was. I'll have to take a peek because it was on the Apache test I did recently of the small ripe one. I don't remember his name. Sorry. That he made Apache powder and that it was really good. And here's my unknown chinense, which I'm not sure if it'll end up getting gnarly and bumpy. Doesn't look like it. It could be a naga or my chocolate butt, but who knows. And as long as we're standing next to this, the teals are finally starting to ripen. I got a few down hanging out in there that are brightening up in color. And you can see an orange one through the thicket there. Lemon drops, again, sporadic ripening. There's a few. I haven't really been picking any of them. I want them all to ripen at once. So I would like to make another batch of my lemon drop sauce, which was really good, but I didn't add enough acidity to it and it ended up going moldy. So, in the Chacoense, the pods, you can see all the little pods on there now. They don't get much bigger than this. I think like this is just about full size for these ones. Maybe a little bit bigger, but I would like to get some seeds out of these, and I'd like to share them. Got them from a gentleman over in Finland on the hot pepper. Goes by the screen name Aro Pupu. And so, thank you for the exotic variety. And I will be sharing the seeds with other people, so. Monkey face are getting absolutely gigantic. Look at the size compared to my hand. And there's another big one in there. I want to say there's probably like a dozen or so pods on each plant. And I mean, that doesn't seem like all that much when you just say it like that. But look at how big these damn things are. Look at this one's taking up the whole field of vision of the camera. Massive, massive pods. So, yeah, I highly recommend the monkey face, and they're really nice flavor-wise too. Here's the Congo orange, which appears to be a Congo red. So we'll see about that. I'm intrigued to try them. They're really mean looking. This one is reserved for you though, Todd. And because I got plenty more that I can sample out. There's a bunch more in there, and I can bring them inside to ripen the rest of the way. Purple cayenne's getting bigger, and they got a few. They're starting to change color to their, I believe they turn like a smoky red when they're done. And Slade, if you're watching, here's the purple UFO I was telling you about. See, it's not even fully ripe yet. And there are a couple, I believe they're both, yeah, here we go. They're both on this other plant here. See, they're starting to change. This one fairly close, but it's still, I'm not sure if it's fully ripe yet, so let them go till they're full, and then I can start doling out some seeds from those. You know, Hungarian blacks are getting quite chubby. Very nice. They're a good size right now. Same thing with my Pero Sweet. Got a lot of good pods on this one. They'll ripen to orange. I think they ripen to orange. They might another color. Cheyennes are finally starting to turn color. Elephant's trunks, excuse the noise coming up here. Elephant's trunks are still rocking. They're all playing catch up. Get to the same size, but still no ripe on those. And whatever these are crossed with, these pimenta dinades, they, well, you be the judge. I'd say they're pretty prolific for how spindly this plant is compared to most of my other chin ends, which are really bushy. It's fairly spindly. It's got a lot of nice pods, and this one I do like the flavor of it, so I'll be overwintering one of these possibly. I have to go back and look at my list again and see. I don't know. I gotta limit my choices, and I really have to exercise some self-control this time, because with how many I chose to grow this year. Here's the nursery habaneros in all their ridiculous splendor. And the Bequinos again. A few more ripening now. Share a few more of those. And the bird's eyes. I thought I saw a little bit of ripening on one side on the front here, but yeah, that's the one I thought that it might be. But Corycidicames, and here, oh, look at all of these now. The white Fatali, suddenly they're all just boom. So very nice on that front. And my red gusanos, REVB gusanos, they're a nice orange color. I don't know, these couple right here look like they're darkening. This is about the color that the Congos were last week, and then they turned red, or what looks like to me red. This is a really dark orange color. It's not quite red, but I'm thinking it might turn that eventually, and that's what they were. But gentleman I got these from, the seeds from, said that it was a hybrid that just showed up, so I'm not sure how stable all the characteristics are. It looks way chubbier than a regular REVB Gusano. And my yellow bullets, a lot of them are starting to ripen up now, but there's still quite a few that are not ripe, so hopefully I'll be able to get some good stuff off of these. Regular Gusano, I mean, this thing, look at how fluffy this is. I'm astounded in sitting looking close at this now, how fluffed out it's gotten. And there's a few ripe pods hanging out down in here now, and a few more that look like they're partially ripe. Cantina yellow, rocking it out with a few small pods finally. And on that note, the plant up on the bluff has like a 4 or 5 inch long pod on it that's like 1.5 inches wide or so at the top. And that one I'll definitely be taking and testing out, getting some seeds out of it. I'm still not sure if these are true Cantina yellow. If I get a fully ripe pod, I'll let you know if it's got the chin ends flavor or if it's something else that got mislabeled. But the shape looks like Cantina yellow. It's just not. Just didn't taste like it when I had the one. Pimientos still hanging out. It's about as big as they got the ones that I bought last year at the food co-op that I got the seeds from. were. So I'm hoping that these are going to change soon. And my solitary Rocoto on this is a beast. This is a ghastly big pod, and it's like a billiard ball, just hard as a rock. Nagabons are starting to change. You can see a little blush on them here, and there's a lot of them. Look at all of these. I'd say the Pro Bloom works, wouldn't you folks? So yeah, I'll definitely be using that stuff again next year. In the soil mix I got this year, I'll tweak it, the composition a tiny bit, add a little bit of blood and bone meal for overwintering purposes, or after overwintering rather, for when they emerge from the overwintering stage. And look at these Baker's lanterns starting to change color. They're staying at this orange, so I'm guessing that they're an unstable hybrid, that there's other characteristics that emerge because they're all sticking at this color now. There's a few that have been this color for quite a while, and but we'll see. My bird peppers, a few small. They don't get much bigger than this. They were maybe a little more than a centimeter when I had sampled them last year. I don't think they were even an inch. And my white butts per se, this one's fully ripe pretty much. Got a little bit on the bottom that's got to ripen yet, but there are a few that have the butt look to them on this other plant, or maybe that's my peach butt plant showing through. Oh yeah, that's my peach, which are true to form, as you can see. Still, I don't see any ripening on these, but they're doing quite well, and they should ripen up by the end of the season here. Tobago seasoning, a bunch of them on there now. There's probably half a dozen to 10 pods that are ranging from a half a centimeter to about an inch. Well, maybe not quite an inch, no, like a half an inch. So a centimeter. Between a centimeter and a centimeter. The TCO7246, again, they're all, maybe there's more pods than before, and then they're all just catching up to the other ones, but it doesn't seem like it's doing much, except getting more ridiculous with the tiny pods. But in any case, we're going to move along to the back row here. My Eximium's doing quite well. And yeah, so those are doing nice. All the Peruvian purples now are getting big. So here's that. Zaveries are plumping up. I decided to try one off camera the other day just to see, and they had a nice chinense flavor, really nice habanero type flavor, more along the lines of like a fatale or something like that, of those kind of fruity notes as opposed to the traditional habanero flavor. That was really nice though, and just the faintest tingle of heat. I could tell that there was a faint bit, but I'd seriously put it at way less than the 100 Scovilles. 30, we'll say 30 Scovilles, give or take. It was really minuscule amount of little tingling sensation. So that's that. Now there's the big one right there. I tried one that was about this big, so you can see for comparison, approximately an inch long. I plucked all my ripe chenzos the other day, well, except for this one, I think. And there's a partially ripe. But they were starting to split open on the sides. I think they got too dry, and then I watered them a lot again. So I plucked them. I'll be harvesting the seeds and probably doing a seed giveaway eventually with those. And my Anaheims are ludicrous. Obviously, they're my biggest pods. Look at this thing. Can't stop the thunder. Look at these things. And there's like 8-10 pods on each plant. And this one's still got that nastiness on it, but the rest of the pod is still firm, so I'll chop that off. We'll see. Big. They're approaching this look of the ones you find in the grocery store now. Not quite as big, but yeah, pretty close. Actually, I've gotten ones this size in the grocery store. So there you have it. It's a long video this week, but I wanted to be thorough and go through and give a glimpse of everything that's going on. Last week's update was fairly rushed. Wasn't as much of a filming mood last week, and I just wanted to touch on things. That's one of the other reasons why I didn't go to the other locations with my camera. I've been at my mom's, but I don't know. Just felt like doing one location shoot from now on. And the rest of the bluff plants got plucked clean. I found some TO's skeletons scattered about. Same thing with the nursery habaneros. I found ones that were partially bitten up, ones that were just the stems hanging out on the plant, and you could see where the pepper had gotten bitten off. So I plucked all the buds off of those. I'll just let those hang it out, and they'll probably die from the frost. Same thing with the ricotta. That has never budded up at all. So the only one, there's one nursery Meister's habanero left on the plant. I'm gonna let that go and see if I can get it ripe, unless something decides to chomp on the damn thing. And the Apache has a few small, tiny, they're like the size of the TOs that I have on this plant, you know, the bigger size TOs. So they're pretty tiny, and there's a few that are starting to show a little ripening. They might end up getting picked off by the birds, like the TOs did. But in any case, that's that. It was an experiment. It didn't work out the way I thought it would, but that's okay. This worked out much better here than I thought it would. So now I know that I got a good location, and as long as I keep re-enriching my soil mix every year with some good new compost or other amendments, and then keep using that Pro Bloom, that stuff worked really well. In the liquid Karma, seriously folks, I vouch strongly for those Botanicare products. Anybody who's been keeping up on this throughout the summer sees the results of this. I mean, it's not just one thing though. I'm not going to try and toot the horn of this miracle product, because it's not just that. It's a big part of it, having the proper nutrients for your soil, but it's not the only thing. There's a lot of things, you know. I had to learn about each one of these plants and see how they react differently, how long they'll go without being watered, how much water they like those Chaco-ents up there. Those things, I thought I was going to lose those so many times that I kind of gave up on them, and then they started podding up like crazy in July. So just a matter of getting them in the proper environment. They liked it better outside than they didn't fare as well in the indoor environment than some of my other plants did. And a lot of my other plants got edema really bad inside. It was tough to transition them to the outside. A few of them got way set back by getting dumped when my greenhouse collapsed. And so you just got to constantly keep up on it. And that's, if I had to offer a bit of advice, if you really like doing it, find a way to make it work, you know. Find out what methods work for you, whatever you can grasp in your mind as being good for trying it out. You know, just persevere. Keep with it. If it's something you really like doing, don't give up on it. I really wanted to grow some good peppers, and I got a ton of good peppers here. And most of them I've tried now, even at the unripe stage, and can't wait to start sharing them with other people too. Hard to find a lot of people in my area that like peppers, so there you have it. I'll stop rambling. Cameo. See you guys next week. Or I got a package of peppers in the mail actually today, so I'll be coming at you with a bunch of tests, including my 200th. So I'm still deciding if I want to do something extra special for that or just make it like another one. I didn't make a special video for my 100th test, so we'll see. Let me know what y'all think. If anybody gets to this point in the video, can stick it through 19 minutes of me rambling. Good for you. Thanks for watching. See ya.